Welcome to the Debt Respite Scheme and Breathing Space Regulations. My name is Robert Bell and I'll be the speaker today. So I'll start by giving you just a little bit of background about myself. So I own RB Compliance Consultancy. We provide consultancy to a range of financial services providers, retailers, and undertake training on behalf of trade associations, including the main trade association for the UK debt collection industry. I'm a law graduate, qualified tutor, and former director of legal and compliance at a debt collection firm. So I've worked within financial services for many years, including roles at trade bodies and firms themselves. My career has been focused mainly on the consumer credit sector, including collections and purchase. So today we'll be drawing on that experience to learn how the debt respite scheme and breathing space regulations work. So let's have a quick look at what we'll cover today. So we'll cover the following key topics, a refresher on the breathing space regulations. We'll have a summary of what the regulations entail and their purpose. We'll look at conditions for eligibility, so who can enter breathing space, including criteria for the standard breathing space, as well as the mental health crisis moratorium. We'll look at the application that the regulations have to unsecured lending, as well as front-loaded interest accounts. So we'll look at how you can handle accounts where interest is calculated up front or where system limitations make interest suspension challenging. Then we'll look at the application to secured lending, because this one's a little bit different. So especially the kind of ongoing obligations versus arrears. We'll, of course, then focus on arrears and how we should treat arrears under breathing space, including the distinction between arrears and new liabilities, before we have a quick look at capitalised mortgage arrears and an overview of the relationship with other financial regulations, such as the Consumer Duty. So quite a lot to cover, but throughout this webinar, we'll emphasise practical compliance tips for creditors, particularly for those in operational and compliance roles, just to ensure that your organisation meets its obligations under these breathing space regulations. So let's start with a brief refresher on what breathing space regulations are and why they're introduced. So the breathing space scheme, so officially the debt respite scheme, came into force on the 4th of May 2021 in England and Wales. It was enacted in response to growing concerns about people struggling with debt, and that was exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, and the need for a formal temporary respite from creditor action.